Disgaea series is weird, currently spanning several numbered installments, direct sequels to the first game, PSP exclusive platformers starring the Goombas of the series, a weird visual novel time travel thing, and a bad anime. The games seem pretty content to be fairly good strategy RPGs with wacky zany anime humor and gameplay touting some of the biggest damage numbers and stat distributions that you could ever spreadsheet. As the games have a fondness for remakes matched only by the Street Fighter series, this does lead to a sort of series homogenization, with incidental characters or certain elements likely marking a player's favorite entry rather than any radical innovations to a specific game. For me, that favorite is Disgaea 3. It's got a ninja chef with a verbal tick mimicking Emerald Lagasse going all like, "Yeah, boom!" I mean, how can you not love that? It's the best game by default. However, due to similarities in gameplay to Disgaea 2, and the fact that it was a PS3 exclusive, not named Metal Gear Solid 4, in a pre-PS3 Slim world, it's among one of the more overlooked titles in the series, dismissed by critics and seen by fans as, yeah, it's okay. However, I feel that the game highlights the best strengths of the Disgaea series, and creates an entry ending up a bit more unique than the other titles. I feel similarly to the composer, Tenpai Sato's work on the title. Most Disgaea games mix hard rock sensibilities to an almost wall of sound proportion, with goofy zany sound effects and so many damn audio layers. Disgaea 3 stands apart with a sound that is all too familiar for the series, presented in a refreshing, unique way. Disgaea has always had a flair for an almost Sentai-like sound. Just look at any of their compositions involving Captain Gordon from Disgaea 1, or the Prism Rangers for that. Tale of the Pure-Hearted Youth starts off rather similarly. A solid rock intro combines with Spanish horns and rising synths to create a sense of motivation and forward momentum. However, it sets itself apart by utilizing a 3-act structure in a song that doesn't even take 2 minutes to loop. The introduction ends up carrying into a very nice combination of strings and horns. Sato's works often overutilize instruments, having a ton of audio layers working on top of each other to create a cacophony of sound. But everything builds and is used to the benefit of the song here. This carries into a more muted second act, where the horns take over and the strings fade into the background. Castanets are added, giving the whole thing a great Latin flair that's just intensely enjoyable to listen to. This crescendos into the song's third act, where the strings take up an almost aggressive quality, constantly dipping and sliding with their notes. The sense of triumph is very distinct here, before finally building into a strong ending. Sato does an amazing job, allowing the song to tell a full story while still being able to loop cleanly, utilizing the same instruments and simply changing them around to better fit the mood. It's not as catchy as Peace, but hey, it's pretty damn good. Anyone here a fan of Wild Arms? Or heard of it? Nah? Because this is super Wild Arms in composition, and it does a fantastic job of it. I have a huge weakness for whistling in general. It's such a nice and organic instrument with such a beautiful resonance and a distinctly old Western feel. It's really hard not to love. This track plays during emotional moments where the party is resolved to move forward, or when someone makes a major decision that influences their character in a positive direction. Percussion here is very gentle, featuring soft cymbal and tambourine work with a few piano notes to create a very comfortable center. Everything about this song has that feeling of quiet triumph to it. Upon the whistling's return to the track, a second whistle is added underneath. This creates a beautiful counterplay as the whistles play a small game of call and response with each other before harmonizing together. Normally a lonely instrument, the whistle proves itself to be whole and connected. Personally, I find it the best track in not only Disgaea 3, but the Disgaea series as a whole. However, there is one more track that is more representative, something that just screams what Disgaea 3 is about. I dare say it may take you quite some time to find a track like this, or at least executed in the same style or as well as this one. Everything about this song has a musical and party vibe to it that just slides and swings so easily. The brass is loud and flashy, sliding up and down, progressing nicely, but this is of course before Yoshiko's vocals kick in, and she offers such an excellent grounding for the track. The best way to describe her voice is smooth, bringing the upbeat instruments down to a soothing level where her voice commands attention. Go ahead, take a listen. For the remainder of the loop, her voice and the intonations guide the song fantastically. When listening to foreign language vocals, I feel that if I can't glean the meaning of the vocals or enjoy them as I would another instrument, the song has failed to appeal to me. Yoshiko commands the other instruments, acting as both the melody and conductor around which everything else revolves. Backup vocals, choral chants, strong brass and percussion all build up to a fantastically catchy beat. I know Japanese vocals are not everyone's cup of tea, and personally I think Wanderer's Poem is the better song, but nothing screams Disgaea quite like Extreme Outlaw King. Catchy, quirky, a bit awkward, but ultimately charming enough and with enough polish and love to carry it through. That's Disgaea all over. And that's all for this episode in the wacky world of Disgaea. Do you have a favorite song from the series? Or would you like another game from the series to be featured? Opinions on the songs features today? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Pyrrhickong, and until next time, I'll keep chipping away at some tunes.